What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today we're going to be talking about this statement that Ed Boon made, and I'm going to be talking about how I feel about it on this video. Now, I know what y'all are thinking, what you see in the background. Well, you're probably not thinking it now, but you're going to be thinking it. Like, why is so much Jackie in the background? Well, that's what this game is all about right now, so why not just have her in the background of the video? But yeah. I'm still going to be making MK11 content on the channel, y'all. Like I said it, and I'm going to keep doing it. I don't mind making MK content still. I just want to do more. That's it. So, let's talk about this. He says, after COVID, I'd love to do another Realm Cup, including all of our most recent games, MK9, Injustice 1, MK10, Injustice 2, and MK11. Now, this has been something a lot of higher level people and pros have been asking for the longest. And this is actually something that would be a very, very good idea. Like, this could change the NRS community forever, and it could be so great. There's no other fighting game scene that has this many active games that are played in tournament. There's just not any, not even Smash has this many active games. Now, this is something I keep saying with the NRS community. We need something like this because the other fighting game communities try to put the NRS community down a lot. Like, oh, your game's not a real fighting game, is that and the other. Like, they try to put the NRS scene down a lot. But at the end of the day, the NRS people have money. So they could actually afford to become like their own thing. We could literally just, they have so much money that they could literally just separate themselves from like the FGC and like have a NetherRealm FGC. Like, they could literally do that. And I think it, personally, I think it would thrive a lot because you have 5 of your games still being played by a lot of people. And imagine how many tournaments that would be and how many returning players that would bring to the game. I personally feel like this shouldn't just be a one-time thing. I feel like they should go all in on this. Like, just set aside some type of fun and have their own circuit for their games. They can do that, and they should do that. They shouldn't be trying to include themselves with, you know, all these other companies and everything and all these other events when they could easily separate themselves and become their own thing. It would be great. Now, if you don't understand what I'm trying to say, think of it like this. Let's just say they, you know, set aside some money and they did like a tournament every 2-3 months, and it was completely NetherRealm sponsored, like nothing but NetherRealm. Like, they get the venue, they get the sponsors and everything, even though they don't need the sponsors because they have money, and just run their own events with all of their games. They don't have to include themselves with, you know, stuff like, you know, what can I use? No, I don't want to use any examples because I don't want to seem like I'm trying to offend any of the other companies, you know, the big events that do that. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. They could separate themselves and just have their own thing. And that would be perfect for the game. That would give the game so much longevity. And if you don't like one of the games, just play. There's 5 to choose from. And that would make 5 games relevant. There's a lot of MK9 players that only love MK9 and they crap on every other NRS game that's came out after that. I can't think of people that like Injustice 1. MK10, I'm one of those people that love me some MK10. And if they really did this, then I would definitely go back to making a bunch of MK. Well, I can't say go back to it because I didn't really make MK10 content, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I would pick up the game again because I'd be interested in it, and it would just be so much fun. The game would come back to life, to put it like that. That's why I would play it again, because it would come back to life. It would just be great. And I would play Injustice 2 because that game was, Injustice 2 was controversial, to be honest. Like, it didn't deserve to die as quick as they killed it off. Keep in mind, I'm saying they killed the game. They literally killed the game within a year. like came out with a legendary edition and they were done. But yeah, this is amazing because, like I was saying, if you don't like one of the games, you could have something to pick from. So me personally, I would be playing MK10 and Injustice 2. I wouldn't touch the other titles like that if this came out. Now, like I said, I don't mind MK11. MK11 is, whatever to me. It's decent. It's okay. But the other two games I very much enjoyed. The two games that came out before this. And that's what I would just be playing if it would bring the games back to life. People have to remember that, the games becoming more relevant with this whole tournament thing announced will breathe life back into the game. We saw it happen with MK10 with everything that Destroyer did. That type of stuff breathes life into the game again. That's what, games are about and everything. Well, these type of games are about, having fun, being competitive, all that stuff. That's what it's all about. And having an event like that would just shine light on these games. And I personally feel like it would just be an amazing thing. I don't understand why this I get why it has to wait because, everything's going on and we don't need no online version of this because, that's going to cause a lot of problems and chaos and everything. But this is an amazing idea, a very, very amazing idea. And if he truly implements this, this will just be great. You will have everybody who loved all of these games and they'll be happy. Now, they would have to remaster, MK9 and stuff, and Injustice 2, not Injustice 2, Injustice 1 probably needs some looking at. Like, that game's freaking ridiculous. They would probably have to, do some type of final patch again for those games and then bring them back. But imagine 5 relevant NRS games. That's just great. Now, it will come with... Now, this is me thinking about what type of problems would it come with, because you got to remember that even though there's a lot of good, there could be a lot of problems that come out of this. The first thing I could think about is balancing. Now, they could just drop this and say, leave us alone, we're not going to balance anything, y'all wanted these games, there they go, and boom, you got it. But I don't think they'll do that. So I think the problem will be balancing again, as always, because if this happens, y'all gotta remember, there's still broken characters in every one of these games, and that will cause people to complain about it and everything. So I think if they do this, they should put out a statement saying we are not going to touch the game, this, that, and the other, because it would just be too much for them. It honestly would be. And maybe if they did like one patch for each game a year, that would be reasonable, but they can't just sit there and try to balance 5 games. That would cause a huge problem. I would say the game that needs balancing the most is MK9. I never touched MK9 and I probably never will. Looking at videos on that game looked so freaking stupid. And yeah, actually, the order that it goes in are the games that need to be looked at, like in that order. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. And I'm just happy that, we finally got some type of communication from them, even though this was honestly not that much, because this is just like a promise. Well, not a promise. This is like, we could do this, or he's just saying he would love to do it. Not nothing confirmed. This is just finally us hearing back from them, hearing something from them at least. Like, but hopefully there's some more news coming into the MK11 scene soon, because the game is getting kind of stale, to be honest, and I feel like they're not going to let it sit like that for long. I think that they're going to do something to fix it and breathe life into it. I feel like they're just taking their sweet old time because they know they can, basically. So yeah, everybody, that is going to be the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my Patreon, and Nickopz out. The MK11 content is not going to stop, y'all. I said that, and I meant that. If it's going to stop, I will let y'all know. But as of now, I still like making MK11 content. I just do. So I'm going to keep doing it. So yeah, I'm out, everybody. Have a good night.